Welcome, everyone. You are listening to Flag Plus Bromance. It is
We're
the
back.
great and glorious return of Peas and Terry Tam.
Yes.
The truest bromance of them all.
Oh, the best.
If you're watching live, of course, you're watching at www.theunclemikeshow.com. If you're watching live, you'll also see the banner right there, which is a bit redundant because you know where you are. We are at Coast to Coast Studios.
Yes.
I am Peas Del Reese. You can follow me at PeasFPF, but please don't follow me home because I will call the cops. You are Terry Tam. Where can you be followed?
Ville Saint Laurent at Terry Tam FPF. You can follow me at Terry Tam.
And the only man who still uses laundromat is the Eagle at Master Control. You can follow him there. Make sure to shake him down for quarters. He is
a washer and dryer
for now. He is at Eagle FPF, who's soon to be unemployed, in which case he can no longer afford to have his own washer and dryer because hydro is not cheap.
It doesn't work that way.
I just want to say thanks to Mokan for not showing up so we can reunite here.
Honestly, the thing about Mokan is I hate him.
I genuinely do not like him, man.
Speaking of hate, the Pack and Road Warriors.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hate each other.
Nope.
The score is not indicative.
Don't think they know each other.
Not at this game, but we do see the Pack coming ahead with 32-25 win. Bobby Mickelberg throwing 5 touchdowns. Mike Bagnato on the other side, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Where did the Road Warriors go wrong?
The Road Warriors went wrong when they decided to, in the lack of a better words, have Mike Bagnato as quarterback.
Shots fired.
No, but it's nothing like Mike does. What he does it well, and he does throw interceptions very well, and he'll throw at least 1 or 2 a game, and it'll cost him a game. They lost by a touchdown and an extra point here. Those 2 interceptions could have been crucial. Bobby Mickelberg, not necessarily a quarterback in this division. He's been a receiver. He's a very good defensive player. He plays in Division 1 at the Rainmakers. I don't know if he still does. But coming in at quarterback and throwing 5 touchdowns to replace, I forgot the quarterback of the Pack's name now.
Daniel Krebs.
Daniel Krebs, exactly. And to replace him and be able to come off with a win is very impressive. The thing about the Road Warriors is, like I said, it's not a bench pressing competition. These guys are huge. Yeah. They're monsters. They're all offensive linemen from Concordia. One played in the CFL as an offensive lineman. So you're playing against a bunch of small little guys running around. The speed is going to kill you, and that's what killed him in this game.
Absolutely, absolutely. In defense of Mike Bagnato, I have played with him in the past. What I will say is if you build the right kind of team, where it's got a strong defense, it'll give you some extra possessions. Mike Bagnato throws a very hard yet catchable pass. Mm-hmm. I will say that you can win with Mike Bagnato. I don't think this team was built to highlight his assets.
The thing is that they have this guy called Darnell Danglade who played in the original years of FPF. He played with the Wolverines. He also played for Concordia. He was drafted in the CFL, and he's not living up to snuff. And I mentioned it a few times this year in the podcast. He's not living up to my expectations anyway, because I know who the player is. So I'm a little disappointed in his production. The Road Warriors, they just need to get more athletic guys, more fast guys on their team.
Agreed. Does the Pack have a quarterback controversy right now? Is Mickelberg the better option for them? Or are they better off sticking with Daniel Krebs?
The thing is, if you can be able to squeeze Mickelberg on your roster and have Krebs at quarterback, I think it'll work. I think Mickelberg just came in this week to play a quarterback.
Yeah, because his receiver rating
player is way too high. Yeah. So they'll for sure bust the D5 cap. I think I think Zach Goldstein is the focal point of this team, this entire team, defensively, offensively. We said it last spring in Division D. In Division E. He is the focal point. If Krebs just keeps the offense simple, give Zach Goldstein the ball, they can win. But Mickelberg has the football knowledge, playing tackle, playing on McGill. He's a good player, has the football knowledge and the athleticism to get open and be able to throw 5 touchdowns a game.
Fair. The Pack. Is there a fighting chance for them to make it into the playoffs?
Looking at the Pack schedule coming off now,
Eagle,
please. That's where you come in. Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, so they're coming off. They're playing the Griffins. The Griffins, Goats, Verschfall, and KGP Light. I see 1 win, and it's against KGP Light, and it does not look good for them. They've already lost.
Verschfall, it depends who shows up on a given week.
It's true.
Because they've had some roster inconsistency, as we saw this week.
Yeah, it's true. So
called it earlier on the other podcast.
losing to FOTC in the week 1, then losing to GGWP, good game well played, losing to X-Men, and then they beat the Tyrants, who I've always said is a weaker team. They lost the Top Season, who is a decent team, mid-range, and then they beat Road Warriors last week, who I considered bottom tier in this division. Not that impressed with the pack. I don't see them making the playoffs at all.
You mad, bro?
No, man,
upset?
I'm good, man.
Speaking of upsets, the refs upset Junkyard Dogs.
The refs.
They win it 24-19. Blue Wayne goes 9 for 23 and 137 yards. Jason Rossi on the other side, 14 for 24 and 84 yards. What happened in this game?
What happened in this game is that they don't have James Floriani anymore. Yeah. And Floriani's not on the team anymore, and it showed. They're not able to do what they normally do, and that's spread the ball out. Your main receiver now on this team is either Binns or Jason Kokolakis. Jason,
Burnett?
Oh, he played. Okay, he played. So Jacob Burnett, 3 catches for 10 yards. So I don't know what the refs did to shut him down, but it worked. He even had a sack on defense, and he had 2 pass deflections. But overall, not that impressed with the Junkyard Dogs. Junkyard Dogs, they're a team that I said can make a run for it, but that's with Floriani in the team. Without him now, that's pretty much why they lost.
George Retta, of course, with an interception in this game for the refs. Was this the turning point in the game?
I would say so. It was the one turnover in this game. Actually, no, there's 2 turnovers. It was the one turnover that really swapped the lead at this point, and just. The refs impressed me in this game, but I'm more disappointed in the Junkyard Dogs than I'm impressed with the refs.
So, as I'm famous for, I read directly off the teleprompter. This apparently is a question from Mokan, who wrote the script of the show. He said, "It was ugly, but a win is a win."
Yes. A win is a win, but it was ugly. We'll take it.
All right. Okay. Could this loss haunt Junkyard Dogs, given how close their division is?
Yes, the division is their subdivision, if you will, is very close. Sorry, Eagle. Their subdivision, you don't have to, Eagle. It's fine. It's very close. The only thing is, like I said, I'm more disappointed that they let their star player leave, and it's just going to cost them the season. Jason Rossi doesn't have enough weapons. You can't rely on Jason Kokolakis, who has cement feet, good hands though, or Scott Binns, who has decent hands and is a renegade, and he just does whatever he wants. You can't rely on those 2 guys to be your offense. Jacob Burnett's going to get triple covered, quadruple covered sometimes, and Rossi's going to have to make a decision, and I just don't trust it.
If there's quadruple coverage, the decisions will be easy.
Yes.
That being said, the refs haven't found it to be so easy. They've been inconsistent. Why do you think the recipe has led to flat souffle for them this season?
Flat souffle?
Flat souffle.
I think it's more of experience than anything else. You look at the refs, the guys that not a lot of them played in this league before. They're not that impressive. I mean, they're pretty good. They're good football players, but they just need to learn the offense a bit more. And as soon as they do, I think sky's the limit for them. You can tell they have what it takes. And no team, I don't want to say no team, but there has been very few teams that come into this league their first season that do well and win. They can stay in this division range for a couple seasons. Make your bones, and then
make your bones.
Yeah, a little mafia talk right there.
The team making their bones this week was Guerrier de l'Espace. They beat down on Les Loups by a score of 22-0. Alex David going 18 for 29, 107 yards, 3 touchdowns. Thomas Concillo with 2 touchdowns. J.R. Beausoleil did not have his first completion until the start of the second half of this game. He goes 6 for 23 for 27 yards. All that to say, have Guerrier de l'Espace found their groove finally?
I think they just hit Les Loups, who were hitting a speed bump. They slowed down a bit. The way I see it is because of the speed bump. Yes, they slowed down because of the speed bump. Alex David, maybe he listened to the podcast last week when we said he's not ready to be quarterback. He answered this week, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns. Very impressive for Alex David. Spreading out the ball, receivers with 5 catches, 6 catches, 5 catches. Then he has 2 with 1. Spreading out the ball very well.
I happen to know he listened because he finds Mokan's voice soothing.
Soothing.
And he listens to it in the night.
While he's in prison.
Sleep.
Oh, okay.
Proven fact.
Proven fact. I'm looking at J.R. Beausoleil with no touchdowns. Okay.
Yeah.
In this league,
you got to score to win.
Of course, you have to
other
score.
Leagues where you
no.
2-0.
I won a game. GM and I, we won a game. 2-0. Spring cleaning versus Park X Streets, Division C.
That will never happen again.
Spring 2011.
Whoa. We almost tied a game 0-0 this season, Pete, so don't ever
Yeah, exactly.
I will say never. It'll never happen again.
And if you let me finish my sentence,
Never!
you need to score at least 4 touchdowns in this league to win. Unless the other team scores 0, then you just score 1.
That's
That's pretty much happened. What? Or 0.
Are Lelu that bad, or do they just have a quarterback issue?
No, they have a quarterback issue. Their defense is pretty good. I watched them against Goats, and I was very impressed with AJ Kerouac at rusher. Overall, he's they have a good defense. They know what they're doing. Just maybe a little quarterback issue right there.
To be honest, I played against Jared Bosley in his first FPF game.
Mm-hmm.
He played against an overpowered checkmate team that season. And
10-0 first round loss. That team?
That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it in a previous podcast as well. But it was a very difficult game for him, and I know I was talking to some players on his team, and they said that he was really worried in that game. He said he didn't feel comfortable at quarterback. Look, the guy's
just as good as I
great
do.
receiver. I don't think at this point he is a quarterback. Maybe if that's what you want to do, take it down a step, go to Division 6, cut your teeth, earn your stripes,
Make your bones.
make your bones,
Make your bones, bro.
and then pop up to Division 5 and then do some damage. As for Le Guerrier d'Espace, do they have a chance at playoff spot?
Yes, they have a chance if they win out. Let's see their Guerrier d'Espace. Let's see their record, the rest of their schedule. Eagle, please. Sorry, bud. Do your job, man.
Let me find it.
In the meantime,
How are you, Terry?
I'm good.
You have a remarkably patchy beard coming in.
It is, man. It's nasty. I gotta shave it.
Seriously.
Guerrier d'Espace.
You know they can see us, right? It's
Yeah,
not
right here.
typical radio.
Guerrier d'Espace. It's not at all radio. Guerrier d'Espace versus TDs and Beer. Loss. Versus the U. That could be.
Loss.
That
I
could
think
no.
that's a loss.
It's a loss.
You were one of the most underrated teams in the division.
They are. You're 100% right. I'm very high on the U. I just think that Alex David is probably the best offensive coordinator in these lower divisions, so maybe he can figure out a way to win. Mad Bears, it's a toss-up. I'm going to say loss there. Junkyard Dogs win. So they're going 2-2 the rest of the season. That's not making the playoffs for them. Sorry.
Fair. There's a giant gap on the script. I assume that's where Mokon typically takes a break.
Yes.
So we will take a break, and when we return, we will discuss stuff.
Farts.
Calling the Audible has been brought to you by the English Montreal School Board's DEAL program. Distance education for all learners will allow you to obtain your high school diploma or prerequisites for CEGEP or vocational studies from the comfort of your own home. It's never too late to go back to school. Learn anywhere at your own pace and get your diploma. Call 514-788-5937 for information or visit www.distanted.ca for more details.
We are back, and if you're watching, you realize that Mokon's got far more attractive because he is in the form of Peas Delories because Mokon is doing something else. You are watching. What is this show called? It is called The Flag Plus Bromance. It is no longer called You Walk Alone because Mokon, you walk alone.
You'll never walk alone.
Doesn't
You'll
matter what
walk
it's called.
alone.
That's what it was called.
Right now, Mo's walking alone. That's what he's doing.
Absolutely. We are joined in studio with Terry Tam. You can follow him, of course, at Terry Tam. You can also follow him to Tim Hortons to Roll Up the Rim. They are the unofficial podcast supporter of the week. I am Peas just tonight. You can follow me at Peas FPF. And if you follow Eagle at FPF, he likes it when you ask him questions about kittens. However, you can follow him online at Eagle FPF, and if you want to tweet the show live, that's the best avenue to do it.
Yes.
Because the rest of us are too lazy to check Twitter.
And I realized that Ryan not being out of commission tonight, he's not tweeting in. The only other people tweeting in were Andel from Top Season. Thanks, Andel.
Top Season.
Top Season.
And now Andel knows what Top Season actually stands for. That being said, you asked me to say something about Stevie Wonder. I don't remember.
No, it's not Stevie Wonder. We'll get into it later. Sneaky good teams.
TDs and Beer. 4-2. They have wins versus the Road Warriors, Mad Bears, the U, and Top Season. Coming up are Le Guerrier de l'Espace, Sticky Hands, Junkyard Dogs, and Max Carnage. They control their division destiny, but one loss, they can fall right back into the pack.
Absolutely.
There's not one question in there for me to ask you.
No.
So just answer what you like.
Apples.
All right. Next topic.
No, I'm looking at TDs and Beer running the table here. They're going to finish 8-2 this season, win their division, go through in the playoffs, and probably get bounced in the second round. I like Brad Evans as a quarterback. Isaiah Allard, probably one of the better players in this division. Overall, better players in this division. Very impressed with him. They have a really good team. I think that they can make a run for it. Brad Evans needs to maybe not keep it so reserved, and maybe just open up the field a bit, throw it deep more. He throws a lot of those slants, those hooks, and they work well. They're having a good season so far. But in order to win, you got to break games away. And I don't feel like they're not there yet. But if they can work on stuff the rest of the season, the next 4 wins for them, it'll be very key to get into the playoffs.
So Terry's advice, of course, is to get it in deep.
Yes.
Les Verges fall 5-1. They have wins versus Les Saint-Luc.
Les Verges, which is not Verges, it's Verge,
Fair.
which is yards in French.
It is yours in French.
Yes.
But they play against Les Saint-Luc. Les Rednecks in English. Good game well played. X-Men and Butterfingers, perhaps the most underrated candy bar of all time.
Butterfinger, don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
That's what
that
I
one. I'm looking at Les Verges fall 5-1 to go 8-2 as well. The rest of the season, they're going to win against St. Luke's, win against Rednecks, lose to GGWP.
They've already played those games?
Oh, my bad.
They're playing against Goats.
See, this is what happens when Mokan does your prep. They're playing the Tyrants, the Pack, Goats, and the Graphics, which I think is the Gryphons. Which is the Gryphons. I stick to it. They're going to go 8-2. They're going to lose to, I say, Gryphons last game of the season and win out the rest.
Do you think that they're for real or simply capitalizing on somewhat of a weak schedule?
Well, now we're going to see what they can actually do. How does this weak schedule? You're playing against X-Men, who probably they played the most games in this division by far. GGWP, who have right now the quarterback of the year. You're not playing against scrap teams. Yes, you played against St. Luke's, but overall, you're still playing some tough games. So I don't think they had an easy schedule. I think that we're just really getting to know who they are right now.
For sure. We have Cougars also on their list.
Very sneaky team.
Wins versus Junkyard Dogs, Illuminati, and Sphinx.
Your team.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of teams have wins versus my team this season. 2 ties versus
in all 3 divisions.
In Venetian. No, Moose is doing well, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm not quarterback.
That's why. That makes sense.
Will the ties hurt them in the long run, or will this be a blessing in disguise?
Ties.
I went through puberty again just now. I don't know why.
Eagle, can you pull up that division for me, the Cougars division? Sorry, bud.
Now, if it is a blessing in disguise, what disguise is it? Is it a Michael Myers mask?
It could be a Mokan disguise, which is the scary one.
That's terrifying.
So the Cougars right now, they're 4-2, my mistake. So they're 4-2, and they have a really tough schedule. There's a really tough division. Sphinx and Old Guns in there. Black Shirts 4-2. Jays 4-2. Those 2 ties right now, they're helping them. They cannot lose a game. If Black Shirts and Jays manage to, let's say, win 3 out of their next 4 games, then I think that they're going to drop down and maybe get matched up against a team like the Golden Flashes or whatever the case, and then it wouldn't look good for them in the first round of the playoffs. But I like their chances. They have a very good player. Gino Conforti is probably the most underrated player in, I'm going to say, the top, I'd say, from Division 6 to Division 3, is probably the most underrated player.
I can kind of agree with that. I think they're a very good team, very physical. They make a lot of good plays. Mm-hmm. Top to bottom, just a well-built team. I needed to do a podcast with you this
you
season.
Did. It helps.
I needed you.
It's like therapeutic sometimes.
It is, absolutely. There are some teams that need a W, though, coming into this week. Is it troublesome, the Gators having lost ugly to the X-Men, or was this more of a letdown game?
I'm not worried about the Gators at all. The Gators, at the beginning of the season, I had them as my top 3 teams. I still have them there. The best defense in this division by far. They lost to, like I said, an X-Men team who had one of the most man games in this division. They played so much. They're well experienced. The Gators, I'm not worried about them at all. They're going to bounce back. They'll make a run and make it to the finals.
Do they need a win to restore their confidence?
Every team needs a win after a loss to restore your confidence. I don't think the Gators are the type of team where this is going to affect the way they play the rest of the season. Going forward, I just think that you put it behind you. It's a loss. You weren't going to go undefeated anyway. You might as well just win.
Whoever loses the GGWP Goats game, are they out for the division crown?
I don't see GGWP losing this game. I also don't see GGWP not making it really deep into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and I've been asked to mention the Stevie Wonder of the week, Willie Moken.
Stevie G of the week. But we'll call it the Stevie Wonder of the week for this week because it's a bromance.
It is a bromance.
In the end.
And Stevie Wonder makes some particularly romantic music.
I know Uncle Dirty's happy to see this reunion back.
Absolutely. And he looks sharp today.
Why not Stevie
So the Stevie G of the week, which no one knows what that means other than the 2 normal hosts of the week, we have Willie Moken.
And Uncle Mike knows what it means, I'll tell you that.
Apparently. Willie Moken for GGWP going 6, 103, and 4.
Willie Moquin, I like it.
Moquin?
McCain.
McCain.
We're in Quebec, man.
Okay, there, Brent.
It could be that like we were wrong about Matt must be the money. All last season, it could be the same with Willie.
Thinking about the money.
He has 4 multi-TD games this season. If he gets over 40 yards receiving, guarantee he will.
Okay, stop reading what Mokan writes because it doesn't make.
Yeah,
English is not included in this sentence. Okay, what he meant to say was, if he gets 40 yards. Okay, so the thing is that he's had a great season. He's had 4 multi-TD games. He is the focal point of their offense. The only thing is, well, no, he's not actually not. I'm gonna take that back. Brain dead.
Right.
SBB, Simon Basket-Baudouin, 4.340. He's the focal point of this offense. He creates time with his
fast,
feet.
Right?
A little fast.
I've heard about it. I read about it once on Facebook.
He uses his feet very well to get open and give guys like Willie McKay a chance to get open and get those big. Willie Moquin, sorry.
I believe his name is.
Sorry, Willie.
Willie Dubs?
Since their time week 1, they've been 4-1 when he has a say in the game.
So he doesn't always have a
Let's
say.
just close this screen right here.
Sometimes they're in the huddle and he doesn't say anything.
Doesn't say anything.
It's a difficult game.
Sometimes when you say things in the huddle, it works. The thing is that if your number 1 receiver doesn't have a good game, chances are you're going to lose. Jacob Burnett didn't have a good game. 3 catches, 10 yards. Junkyard Dogs lost. You're not going to win your games. If you win your game, it's not by scoring touchdowns by 4. It's by shutting the other team out and maybe getting a safety. 2-0. Out of spring cleaning division 2011.
Sometimes you can. There's addition by subtraction.
Yes.
And I was let down in my childhood by the drink 5 Alive because I thought the 5 flavors would be great, but really all you need is 3 flavors. We're gonna go 3 Alive this week.
There's only 3 games this week. That's why.
That's exactly why. Given the bye week, TDs and beers versus Legueria de las Palos. There's a spread that Mokan chose at random. It's 3.5 points. What do you say?
I'm going way over TDs and beer winning that game by 7 points. I'm taking the spread.
Spend your paycheck on this one, folks. Not that we're endorsing illegal gambling, but it is what it is.
Whatever. I don't know where you're gonna be able to bet for this. So
GGWP versus Goats. 6.5 points is the spread in favor of GGWP. Huge divisional matchup.
And you gotta yell it because it was in capital.
Huge divisional matchup.
GGWP. I'm taking the spread on that one for sure. Goats did not impress me. JP Omo is he's regressing throughout as the season goes on.
Fair. Gators versus DG Goons. Mokan not showing a lot of love for the DG Goons, giving it a 9.5 point spread in favor of the Gators. An NCAA type spread early in the season. A
style points.
Yeah, straight up style points.
I'm going Gators on this one. Basically, for what I said before, Gators are coming back after a loss. They're a good enough team to not let these things affect them and win. I think they're going to win big against DG Goons. DG Goons are a team that they're on and off. They're hot and cold. And I'm just like I've always been a huge fan of the Gators, so I'm going to go Gators by 12 points.
They're yes and they're no.
The yes and the no.
They're in, they're out, they're up and they're down.
They're in, they're out, they're up and they're down. I don't know. Is that a song?
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Absolutely.
Not a fan. Physically, yes.
I was gonna say because maybe you don't have eyes. What did
Terry is obviously left arm.
what did you learn today, Terry Tam?
What did I learn today? I learned that with a script prepared at 6 p.m. that we can have a better show than me and Mokan.
Fair.
Black Girls Bromance. What did Mo learn?
Mo learned that.
Yo, can I read it in a Mokan voice?
So Peas, I have learned that I have great people allowing me to pursue my dreams. Insert ego look, LOL. I don't think I was supposed to read that part.
Laugh out loud.
I know.
So Mokan is pursuing his dreams of being a ballet dancer. That's why he couldn't come tonight.
And he's a remarkable ballet dancer.
He's got great feet.
What I learned today was that Stevie G was the first member of parliament who enabled himself to dress in garb from the 17th century.
No, he's actually the best captain of all time in any sports. Soccer.
Much like I am the best
for
podcast
Liverpool.
host for FPS.
Yes, you are.
Terry Tam, thanks for joining me at www.theunclemikeshow.com.
Oh, Eagle, what did you learn today?
I learned that Ryan Stevenson album launch was really good.
There you
Awesome,
go.
that's great to hear. For those of you listening later because you're watching the Uncle Mike Show live, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning into both shows. It's been a great experience to relive the bromance, so to speak. We had that one time we met up in secret. We weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
We were like,
In
we didn't tell
Bandcamp.
Terry. At Bandcamp. Thank you, GM Collectors, for not making too much noise in the background.
Top season!
Top season. Thanks, Eagle, for all the wonderful production work you do. And thanks for Mokan for not showing up. I don't have a sign off for this show, so bye.
Apples.